As we know that these children of the slum live in illiteracy and poverty, they are malnourished. So here the poet has said, they are far, far from gusty waves. These children's faces like rootless weeds. These children are far away from the strong waves or the strong winds that had caused the waves to move upon. They seem to be without any energy, without any liveliness, and they are far away from energy and happiness. They are denied the opportunities which seem to be lacking in the lives of these slum dwellers, and they are here compared to rootless weeds. Weeds are unwanted plants, so they are also unwanted by the society. They are not being attached with anyone, and they are lacking in care and concern. They look very unkempt, untidy. Their hair torn round their pallor means their hair is uncombed on their pale faces. They are not dressed properly as children come to school. They are very roughly dressed, uncombed, untidy hair on their pale faces. And in that classroom, there is a tall girl who is sitting with her head bent down, maybe due to depression or sadness, as she has lost all hopes for a bright future, and she seems to be disinterested in learning. So here she has put her head down and is in a state of depressed mind. The paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. Here the boy is extremely thin and is compared to a paper with rat's eyes means very curious, eyes in search of something. This boy is physically weak and undernourished, and he's timid like a rat and he's full of anxiety. He seems to be in search of food and security. The stunted, unlucky air of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk. We see that this unfortunate boy suffers from malnutrition and his growth is also stunted, means not properly developed. He has inherited from his father disease of twisted bones. That is why he is called as unlucky heir, as he has inherited poverty and disease from his parent, and he appears to be as sick as his parents. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in tree room other than this. Now what does these lines mean? There at the back of the class is a sweet, tender looking student, and therefore he remains unnoticed. This boy is different from the others as he is dreaming and probably thinking about a better future. This boy seems to be lost in his own world, and he is not like other children who are sad and depressed. He thinks of the squirrel's game, where we see a metaphor as he wants to play freely, like a squirrel in the garden outside. The boy dreams to be free, but he cannot, as he must sit in that dull and gloomy classroom. His imagination and the tree room, that is the hollow in the tree, is full of fun, curiosity, and mystery, which is in contrast to the dull and gloomy atmosphere in the classroom. Let's have a quick look at the poetic devices used here. First, we see far, far being repeated. So, it is a repetition used to emphasize here for those poor children who are removed from a normal life. They are far away from the normal happy life. Next, we have gusty waves. Gusty waves are used as metaphor. The waves indicate liveliness and joy, but these children have no expectation. So, gusty waves represent metaphor. Like rootless weeds is simile, where these slum dwellers are directly compared to unwanted plants without any attachment. The paper seaming boy and rat size show the use of metaphor here, and also the use of antithesis when two contrasting ideas are represented, like rat size and unnoted. Here, rat size shows brightness and curiosity, which is in contrast to the unnoted boy who sits at the back in the dim class. And also the hope and imagination of the boy to the dull and sad atmosphere of the classroom.